Suns win the opening tip. They'll have it first as we get going in the desert. To Booker. Short jumper won't fall.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at every single possession.
To Kelly Oubre. Not that time. Martin into the front court. 2-point advantage. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this. He will be one of the future centers in the game.
Trying to cash in. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Suns ball. Here comes the screen. Booker. Finish that.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Booker. And it's the Nuggets with the board. Martin into the front court. Leads 4. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
To Kelly Oubre. Booker. Five on the shot clock for Phoenix. Has a look. Look out, Devin Booker. Missed his first. That one goes.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill and you still knocked it down.
Count the basket inside.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Josh Jackson. Now to Booker, down low. Almost, and he's not getting the call.
One of the best kept secrets in the game, utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air, crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Runner here won't go. Martin into the front court. His team up by 7. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
Thomas with the basketball. He'll run the offense. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First try at the line, no good. Good bounce back. Hits his second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Into the front court. It's Booker. Trailing by 10. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Nuggets with the basketball. Isaiah Thomas, guarded by Devin Booker. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. To Booker. Curling inside. From the painted area, won't go down.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Booker with it. Margins 8. Look out, Devin Booker. 2-4 now.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Thomas. It's no good. Great defense.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Thomas across the timeline. 14-10 the score. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythms.
Look out, Devin Booker. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. It's Denver's ball.
Defense, let's go.
Thomas. The drive, right to the basket. Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Gary Harris at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Missed it at the line. To Jackson. Thomas into the front court. Up by 6. Missed a wide open look. Shot from the lane won't go. Thomas with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Deep 2 there, won't go. Into the front court, it's Booker. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Look out, Devin Booker. He's now 4 for 6.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Denver ball right now to Thomas. Probing the defense. Porter. Denver with 4 to shoot to Thomas. Lets it fly from long range. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Booker to Crawford. To Booker. That misses with 3 seconds left. Long key from 3/4 court. First quarter is complete. The Nuggets with the lead. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
What's that cutter? What's that cutter? What's the cutter? What's the cutter?
It's Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas. He's 3 for 7.
a lot of questions looming about whether he can truly get back to 100% after that horrible hip surgery. Remember, though, this guy averaged 28 points per game just a couple of years ago.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
You know, 2 years ago, it was not even a question that Michael Porter Jr. would have been the first pick taken in the draft. Due to a back injury that he suffered at Mizzou, he went on to be the 14th pick with the Denver Nuggets. But if he remains healthy and can sustain being healthy, he is a franchise-altering talent.
To Crawford.
Get through it, get through it.
Down to 5 on the 24. Trying to cash in, knocks it down. Off the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Nuggets have the possession.
Hey, lock up.
Isaiah Thomas, guarded by Ryan Anderson. Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Thomas across the timeline. Lead stands at 7. Deep left corner. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Mikal Bridges. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Thomas to Porter. Slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Defense making the ball carrier work. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton. Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Jamal Murray picked up by Booker. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Oubre goes to the right side. To Kelly Oubre. Oh, he got a piece of it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Murray with the basketball. It's a 9-point lead to Jokic. Barton. Got it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Nuggets have the possession. Sizing up the defense. Jamal Murray, no good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Nothing going here on that drive to Will Barton. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. And that's blocked by Booker. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. That's a 24-second violation. Booker to Jackson. Nice pass to get things going.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Booker. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Will Barton has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 79% at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one.
Key up, baby. Let's go. Let's play deep, play deep, play deep. I got ball, I got ball, I got ball.
Booker.
I'm here.
Picked up by the Nuggets. Turns and slams it down.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Booker to Jackson. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Josh Jackson trying to cash in on the 3-point play. His career mark right now sits at 63%. Free throw is good to cap off the 3-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Jamal Murray defended by Jackson. To Millsap. Won't go down. Kelly Oubre with the finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Thomas into the front court. Leads 1. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Booker to Kelly Oubre. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Okay, hacking does still exist. Might be setting the tone for the second half here.
And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Murray into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. To Millsap. Taken by the Suns. DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Oh, had him going there for a second. Has a look. And he drains it.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Will Barton. Fires the 3. Not that time. He missed it. DeAndre Ayton to Jackson. Look out. Devin Booker. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in you. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Curling inside. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Suns have the lead.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Suns have themselves a narrow lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. These are the guys getting buckets for the Phoenix Suns. The Nuggets are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Steals.
That must have been a difficult half of basketball for these coaches to watch. Neither team was able to hold on to the ball, as you can see by the steals in these highlights. Still, some credit should go to the guys with the active hands.
Player of the half.
Devin Booker has been making the competition look silly on the defensive end. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Denver's got it. Thomas. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Thomas with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Martin into the front court. Looking to make something happen. They go to Jokic down low. And he's denied by Jackson. To Jokic.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
3 seconds is the call. Booker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
DeAndre Ayton at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. The lead is up to 5. Nuggets with the basketball. Isaiah Thomas in a matchup with Booker. Probing the defense. Thomas. and scores.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Thomas across the timeline. The margin standing now at 7. From the outside, no good. Wide open look, won't go. Martin into the front court. He'll run the offense. Nikola Jokic. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Devin Booker. Nice pass to set things up.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
From the painted area, won't go down. It's Denver's ball. Over to the right side. To Jokic. Barton. To Millsap. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First one goes down.
For the Suns, number 11, Jamal Crawford.
And he makes them both.
Lock up. Here you go.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you. Me and you.
Booker to Jackson. Josh Jackson above the rim on that.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Thomas into the front court. His guys down by 9. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Will Barton trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Booker with it. Up by 6. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Josh Jackson to Kelly Oubre. And a nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Denver ball right now. Thomas to Will Barton. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Thomas with the basket, trailed by 10. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Yeah, I know Will Barton got some votes for 6th man of the year, and he finished 4th in all the balloting. But last year, his stock was at an all-time high, and he posted career best numbers across the board at 27 years old. It's good to see him play in the NBA the same way he played in the streets of Baltimore growing up.
Martin into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit.
Hands up. I'm here. I got ball.
To Thomas. Millsap down low Plumlee. He gets it.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
And count the basket inside.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
The game for the Nuggets. Number 27, Jamal Murray.
Murray to the basket, but it won't go. Another follow. Stays out. Into the front court. It's Booker. Up 6. Shot from the lane. Won't go. Harris, guarded by Devin Booker. Picked up by the Suns. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Porter. Jamal Murray matched up with Booker. Driving right to the basket. And he'll head to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Will Barton, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 66% in this contest. And he connects on the first free throw.
Stepping in for the Nuggets, number 7. Number 8.
2 for 2 on that trip. It's Phoenix ball. Crawford. To Booker. Surveys the floor. Booker to Jackson. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
No basket.
Turned away by Jackson. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Shot from in close, no good. That ends the third quarter. The Suns have the lead. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
To Mikal Bridges. The shot missed there by Crawford. Rises for the slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Let's go. Pick him up. Pick him up.
To Mikal Bridges. Crawford. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Martin into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Here comes the screen. Jamal Murray, guarded by Ryan Anderson.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
To Crawford. Nuggets have the possession. Porter to Will Barton. Here comes the screen. Barton defended by Daniels. Short jumper won't fall. To Mikal Bridges. Jamal Crawford. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Mikal Bridges. For 3. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Barton on the drive, can't finish. Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. Barton into the front court. His group now down 2. Cleans it up. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Won't go.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Had a chance, but it's no good. Porter. Oh, he had him there for a second. And the basket good at the rim. Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
You're going to see the best players make in-game adjustments on the fly. The intellect of some of these superstars is off the charts. Your ability to adapt and move forward as quickly as possible in the most efficient manner will determine whether you win this game or not.
Substitutions, Denver. Substitutions.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Got it from the line. Murray with it. His guys now down by a point. Taken by the Suns. Kelly Oubre with the finish at the rim.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Murray into the front court. His guys down 3. Josh Jackson. Deep 2 there, won't go. Murray with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
And the finish at the rim.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing. It was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Denver with 4 to shoot. Jamal Murray. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance.
Number 0, Isaiah Thomas.
Goes 2 for 2.
Come here, come here.
Josh Jackson
I got
to
him.
Booker.
Here we go. Here we go.
Down low for Jackson. And the slam.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hands. Nuggets have the possession. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Isaiah Thomas in a matchup with Booker. To Jokic. Here's a chance from long range, and Nikola Jokic drains it. So smooth. He knocks it down.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Fires the three. Can't get the bounce. Jokic to Thomas.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
To Jokic. Trying to cash in. Oh, Nikola Jokic. Looking good. 4 for 5.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Now the Nuggets signaling for timeout, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Substitution being made in this one. Porter.
Gary Harris.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line. Gary Harris at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line.
Good money. I'm in outside. Oh yeah.
Booker
Make it
to
tough,
Kelly
Owen.
Oubre.
Make it tough,
Lets it
Owen.
fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Millsap. Picked up by the Suns. We get a whistle. In the eyes of the ref, he meant it. Intentional foul.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
Has a look. Booker's shot, no good. And that one out of bounds off a Nugget. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. He knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does 2 things. Number 1, it creates distance in a hurry. Number 2, When you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is a difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most of the time have the defender jumping out of his shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Suns with the victory as they take care of business at home. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Suns emerged victorious after a tight finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Phoenix Suns. The Nuggets must be devastated after such a close loss. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Assists.
It's a shame only one team can win when you have such great team basketball on display. The ball movement was tremendous.
Player of the game.
Devin Booker read the defense perfectly, and his teammates reaped the benefits with easy baskets.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Check out the upcoming games for the Phoenix Suns. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest